I'm just wondering how to, cause like, let's just
Why do you think they
let's
did
have
that?
let's have a lighter conversation.
Okay.
Because how do the world powers think? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is this a person making a decision? Is this history making a decision? Is this
Well, they say it's something weird. I was watching something yesterday.
Shadow government's making these decisions
you feel me?
that we don't understand, but they control the world.
Nah, they said it's something.
My life. I see them as completely different. Like, the world isn't half. There's Africa, and then there's America, Asia, and Europe. That's how I see the world. Like, there's a big line in between those, and all the collusion and fighting and the allies that come about are usually between Asia, Europe, and America. Africa is like completely separate. Like, if there was a world war, the European countries, the Asian countries in America would much more likely be allies versus Africa than some type of mixture of that. Like, I see that as World War III is almost Europe.
Well, because
Asia.
a lot of that also has to do with all of that has to do with the colonization of Africa. So you got all of these countries that they themselves, mostly the European countries, went into Africa, colonized, and now it's like because even Brazil, you look at South America, like they got more slaves than anybody else, and we don't realize that.
South America is very dark.
Yeah, they had more slaves historically. They had more slaves than the United States did. They took more slaves out from Africa, or more people out from Africa than any other country did. So you got all of these countries that everybody like, England just did this. So did this new country, the United States, just did this.
You know what makes the United States so much different from Africa? United States and South America.
The minerals. We ain't got no gold here.
I mean, by the way they were.
We had a little bit on the West Coast long time ago. They got all of that.
Not the materials. I'm talking about by the way they were colonized and formulated. Because Africa was not overtaken. It was invaded by the Europes, the Asians. They came in, took Africa, colonized different countries, did this, did that. That's the same exact thing of what they did in South America and America.
Well, they jumped on Africa.
If you look at the 50 states, like countries in Africa, they're doing the exact same thing over here. Who owns all this stuff, bro? Like, the Chinese own all this shit. The Chinese, the Jews, the Russians, the Arabs, they own all of America. Americans don't own nothing here. We just work here. So it's like the countries and the people of not the Western world, but over there, Europe, Asia, Africa, they really still control America. That's what I try to get, like, that's at least my understanding of it. I don't see the U.S. as a separate piece of the world, but the U.S. is the world. Like, American citizen isn't really an American citizen. We all have origins tied to Europe, Africa, and Asia. Everybody, every single person. There's no one who's 100% American. That's not a thing.
Right.
So when there's world wars and world conflicts, like, you said what?
I said unless you're Indian.
Native
American, my bad.
Because the original people weren't from here. So even Indians have probably Middle Eastern, Asian, or something. Unless these people came from out the ground in America. I don't know. It's biblical right there, but you know what I'm saying?
Well,
they had to get over here something.
right. When you talk about like
that's funny, bro.
and I don't know the geography behind everything, like how even like Pangea was together and then it's separated. Like
hella interesting to look into.
Right, absolutely. So like, because when that happened, you would imagine that people were on those, because these islands didn't just magically separate. Well, not islands, but these countries didn't just magically separate in 10 days. Like, these took like centuries for it to slowly.
You talking about the physical, the landscape?
Yeah, the landscape of it. It took a long time. So, like, I would imagine that people were already living there while that joint was moving.
You think it was floated?
Look,
they said,
because how they get here?
Really?
Because they didn't have the technology to sail across the ocean.
I mean,
honestly, they didn't have the they couldn't do that. And they was already here. So how else did they get here?
You gotta call God on that that one, bro. Oh God.
I mean, they say that Pangea broke up because like shifts in like tectonic plates.
They said it was that. I thought it was the earthquake
within the
Something
Western
that killed the
Hemisphere.
dinosaurs.
Yeah, facts. Like the earthquake was caused by like tectonic
What is it?
plates.
History class.
You feel me? It's just like you said. I looked that shit up. It's interesting, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of them things you right. It would take a long time, but it kind of wouldn't take too much of a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So like
You mean like the physical split of the land and whatnot?
facts,
Mhm.
facts.
Well,
So,
'cause
like,
it's the
it can
same
happen.
thing.
I feel like I could be totally wrong, but I feel like it's a variation between years. Like if it's a bigger piece, then it's gonna take longer time. You feel
Well,
me?
it's the same thing. You
But-
look at California right now. Is they saying that it's basically
Facts breaking
breaking
off.
from the United States.
Finna become an island type shit.
Yeah.
And I mean that's just from like sea erosion
Yeah.
coming up, the sea hitting the edge of that shit hard enough for long enough. You feel me?
Even
But-
that is like what part of Cali? The whole state's not gonna come
That's
up
what they say.
perfectly around it.
Well, not perfect. No, of course.
like
but you do
we
see.
talking L.A. County? Like what are we?
He want to break it down to
you
county.
feel me? Because what are we talking?
Bro, it start when like when you can get water under the land. That's how that should start.
Mm.
You feel me? And the rise of that water pressure will push that land up.
Hey, man.
And
That's the
I'm
earthquakes.
gonna take a
Feel me?
simpler approach. I think them people just came through Alaska some kind of way, bro. Cause Alaska
broke off already. What you
Alaska's
saying?
pretty huge. They
Mhm.
probably came through. I think Russia up there.
How they get to
somewhere.
Alaska? That's
They
still part of the
swam
North
over
Alaska's
there.
an island, bro.
Hey,
Alaska's
Alaska.
He said he's
yes.
Look,
Bro, you sound crazy.
I think whatever country is like northwest of Alaska isn't
Mhm.
as far away. I don't think as we think. on the
Korea?
map. You know what I'm saying? Not I don't think North Korea would be directly next to Alaska.
Ain't
But
it? I could have sworn.
If you travel from Alaska west, I'm pretty sure you'll hit land. Like I don't.
If you travel west, you're gonna hit like Canada, I think.
Nah.
Like upwards of Canada.
Alaska's
If you-
west
no.
of Canada.
Yeah, west of Canada.
talking
So
about
if you
Alaska,
travel
like-
that way, yeah, I think
'Cause
that's
Alaska breaks
that's-
off into like little islands.
yeah, that's like
and-
that's Asia. That's where Korea and Japan and all of that stuff is.
I'm thinking Russia's on that top right.
Russia
Nah,
is
Russia
if
kinda
you
in
go
the middle.
further.
Ain't
Facts.
Russia and Russia's in Europe technically.
Facts.
Even though Russia.
Russia's in Europe and Asia.
Euro Asia is just a conglomerate of both of them
Yeah,
shits, but
Russia's
yeah.
damn
it's kind of in the middle. It's kind of in the middle
Russia's
of that
big,
big
but
continent.
it's not taken
lot
up
of
by a
people.
lot. Right, not taken up by a lot of people. Like
Russia's massive.
right.
size.
So when you look at China, the country of China is small.
That's why they trying to scoop Ukraine. They said, "Come on over.
He died.
Come slide."
But Russia trying to scoop Ukraine, not
That's
China.
what I'm saying.
Oh,
Russia, like we got all this land, we might as well just throw them in there.
I don't-
I don't know, bro.
I don't know if that's how they
I
work.
just wondering how to, cause like, let's
Why you think they
let's
did
have
that?
let's have a lighter conversation. about
Okay.
this. Cause how do the world powers think? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is this a person making a decision? Is this history making a decision? Is this
Well, they say it's something weird. I was watching something yesterday. They,
Shadow government's making these decisions
you feel me?
that we don't understand, but they control the world.
no, they said it's something weird to do with the president. So
Probably Steve Jobs.
Putin,
Probably.
he has the
This
same.
boy said Steve Jobs. He said, "Yeah, get their ass another iPhone and
No, so
still another country."
What's his name? First name
Yeah.
is Vladimir, right? Vladimir Putin.
Putin.
So his name
Putin be
is
Putin.
combined.
You cities. Hey, scratch that out.
Hey, Putin be Putin. I'm gonna say that periodically through the whole shit now.
So
So,
Putin
so
be
he
Putin.
can't.
But apparently he has the same name as the prime minister or whoever is over Ukraine right now, the president, whatever. They have a similar name of both their names match the name of the ruler that ruled Ukraine and Russia. It was a different country,
So this is personal.
long centuries ago.
Oh, so you mean like the Soviet Union?
No, before that.
This is personal.
This was centuries. They said it was like 11, 12 or something like that.
Mm.
Yeah, so the guy, they showed a picture of him and everything. I don't know how true this is, but they showed a picture of him, and he essentially was the king over the land that was Russia and Ukraine and a lot of other European areas.
Mm-hmm.
And so his
He
name
said
was.
Dusseldorf.
It's weird because they said, ironically
They said
enough,
German.
his name is Vladimir Putin's and the other guy's name mixed. They both, it's the same name.
He's-
But essentially, they say it's some kind of a weird like vendetta or something like that Vladimir Putin got with Ukraine.
I want to see where Ukraine is, like
That's
in
weird.
relation to Russia on the map.
It's got to be right next to it.
Facts.
Never had to look at that.
It's got to. You
So
said
like if they scoop Ukraine, you know, is it just
Not
gonna
if
be
they
like
scoop.
that?
Damn. So what?
Ukraine.
What they gonna call it? They gonna call it Rush-Crane?
They gonna call it
Ukraine?
Russia.
What
you mean? So
what
what
they
they
gonna
gonna
call
call
it,
it?
Ukraine?
You said
What they
no
gonna mix it
Russia?
for? No,
You said no
even
Russia?
if this is a whole thing, because we don't know if this is a thing or not.
What did spark off World War III, bro?
It's not.
It could.
It's not.
Could.
It's not.
Could.
Any war can strike off World War III.
Yeah, but I don't think I don't think people want, because everybody got nuclear weapons,
Ukraine
so
got
everybody's gonna be dead.
44 million people in it. How many do you think Russia
Motherfuckers don't
got?
care about that, bro.
44 million. I mean,
Ukraine got 44 million people almost on the head as of 2020.
and how many Russia got?
144 million.
Oh, that's.
Mm.
I mean,
100 million plus. That's three
yeah.
times.
How many
the
United
size.
States got?
I think like
Some odd
200?
billion? No,
Nah, not billion. Hell.
you don't think it was a billion?
It's
China
like 3
China
million.
got a
China
billion.
don't
It's
even-
like 300 million, I think.
Yeah,
Somewhere
it's like
around
300 million. From what I
Right.
say. 330 million.
Facts.
Mm.
That's what I thought.
330. So about a little over twice the size of Russia.
That's crazy.
China, I think they pushing a billion though. China got 1.4.
Well, no. So I don't.
1.4 billion.
So I don't know if you.
Damn.
I don't know if you
1.4
heard, but
billion.
China's actually having a problem. I heard this on a podcast I was watching.
Mhm.
They're having a problem because you know how they had the limitations on how many kids you can have. You can only have one kid.
Mm-hmm.
They are trying to get people to have more kids now because
Brother, but listen to me. We just
Motherfucker
kind of
getting
talked about
old.
this.
He
Right,
said,
right.
"Motherfucker getting old, huh?"
We just kind of talked about this.
And
China
they-
is 4 times the size of the United States. That's
Yeah.
why I say if there's any other country in the world that could survive,
but
without
it
the
wouldn't be
United States,
smart. That's what I'm
What do you
saying.
mean? They have bukus of people. They don't give a damn about the United States.
Buku means
No.
a lot.
Yeah, they do.
Bukus.
Yes, they do because it helps
Because
them
they
make.
because they own it. Because they own damn near half the businesses and resources out here. Like, and they ship. Like,
what they own out here?
bro, look at your clothes, bro. What do you mean?
No,
They own everything.
that
you
sounds
wearing
like
right now.
that sounds like Reebok got a manufacturer in China,
Mhm.
and it's a made in China because it's cheaper labor and it's cheaper cost
You
to
said,
send
if
some
they're
to
making-
send
you
an order
said
of
they made
hoodies
this jacket
to
for
China,
40
right?
cents.
So that don't mean they own Nike. That just means Nike use them to manufacture their stuff.
They have
So now,
ownership. Bro, if they're building the things, if they're making the things, if they're producing the things, who really matters here? If
So
we
sh-
just buying it, like
so the cars that you buy, you don't own them. Somebody else made them. You didn't build none of your cars.
so they own. I mean, who has more money, me or Tesla? Who has more?
No,
who
no,
has
but
more
no.
stake?
That's a different
I'm a
conversation.
consumer. There's
Yeah, but that's
consumers and
but
there's
that's
producers.
right. But that's a different conversation. So just because
But-
somebody made this mic, don't mean I can't buy it and own it now.
Right.
You saying the consumer has more power than the producer, which can be argued, but I truly believe the producer has more power. Like, China is a producing country. The U.S. is a consuming country. So who has more
We're
power?
slightly, so we slight.
We
I'm not-
ain't-
We a
man,
little,
we produce a little bit, bro. I can't
produce a
say we
little
don't be
bit.
Bro,
producing
we don't
shit.
produce. Bro, no.
feel me?
Kanye
It's
produce
a-
all this
it's a
stuff here.
reason, It's a reason Trump was on the big Make America. Right? It's like
Yeah,
bro,
because they weren't trying to bring
we
jobs
gave
and
up
stuff
all
back
of our
then. Yeah.
production, all of our distribution to
Right.
China. China owns us, bro. Like China owns us, bro.
I feel like
look,
this-
it might be
It's
hard
one of
to
them things.
admit.
It's one of them things, bro. I feel like if China decided,
You lame for that.
What if China?
China decided that they didn't want to make any of our shit no more. They was like, fuck the U.S.
What if
We don't
China
wanna make
completely
any-
cut
They
us
any
lose.
of our stuff no
They
more.
lose trillions of dollars.
They do.
Bro,
They
bro,
do.
They don't
What are you
need
talking
our
about?
dollars.
They
have
do.
their own money. They don't need. Bro, they don't need our dollars.
They do, bro. But let's be honest. I feel like
We
the
think
U.S.
dollars-
right now has
we think
enough.
American dollars
The
actually
U.S.
matter.
right now has
They do.
enough
They really
excess
don't.
that we would have time to be like, okay, they don't want to fuck with us. They don't want to make our stuff. Okay, they don't gotta make our stuff. Let's just rebuild these factories over here.
Yeah.
Use this
No.
excess that we got until those
You know
factories.
China
You
build.
say
didn't
that-
build
you say
America,
that-
right?
You say that as if they damn near did. You
No,
say
they-
that,
oh,
bro. You discounted China.
it's
like,
Black History Month. Black people built this country.
bro.
They did, but I can't say Chinese
Come
people
on.
didn't help build.
Come on.
Bro,
John,
the
John.
Come on.
the Intercontinental Railroad. Intercontinental Railroad is one of the biggest examples of Chinese help in this country, and that's fact.
Well, yeah,
They
but,
came
but
across.
crazy.
They came
I
across
almost
the.
said, but like, look,
Came across the
this
seas for
man
help.
really want to get
No,
canceled.
look,
They
look,
came
look.
across the seas for the help.
If I own a construction company,
Uh-huh.
Be real.
okay, if I own a construction company and if I direct said workers to build this,
But
building,
they didn't have. Remember, like that
who's the
manufacturing
builder?
where China got on top was the manufacturing because all of the manufacturing was here.
Bro, 1.4 billion people, and
Right.
and they limiting the amount of people.
Not no more, but right. Well, actually, I don't know if that's all the way accurate or not. But remember, like we can drive around Kankakee today and see empty factories.
This is true.
So all of the manufacturers were here. We wasn't in China yet. We wasn't dealing with their money. Like China ain't really had. It's not that they didn't have anything to do with the building of America, but that wasn't because of China. Like China didn't see the United States and be like,
So the United States built the United States alone. They did it by themselves.
black people were slaves.
Nah,
No.
bro. I feel
They
like
got free labor.
I
We
feel
were
like
a part of that. Don't
the
get me
United
wrong,
States always does the thing that's the cheapest and they can make the most bread from. Let's be real. They, like you said, John said, those factories, those that commissioning that labor from overseas and shit, it's just cheaper, bro. You feel
Yeah,
me?
that's why
it's
people go
cheaper,
overseas.
and they can't have slaves. so I'm gonna do the cheapest thing in the
But
world,
what is
even
our-
if it means
If we really
that
owned by
I
China,
don't- I can't pay American workers anymore.
I just sound crazy. But
You
if
feel
we,
me?
I said if we really owned by China, but
Nah.
if China really built America, why does our system and our
I'm not
Our-
saying China alone built, but China was greatly responsible and still is today of
no
America's
England
response-
was
economy.
England was. If you look at our
we succeeded.
our
We done-
country
we
right
kinda
now,
we kind of ripped off shit from England, bro.
That's
Let's be
what I'm
real.
saying.
We just ripped off shit.
all
from England.
you look at the judicial system.
Y'all gotta
You look
read
at
more, bro. I
you
ain't
look
gonna lie
you
to
look at all of that stuff.
Y'all
It's
sound like
know.
y'all sound like y'all got great grades in world history class, U.S. history in high school. It's
I don't
great,
know,
but
bro. Yeah,
you gotta
but-
read a little bit
No,
more.
No,
I don't know.
but you
bro.
look at the
I
main-
kinda do be reading.
So-
I kind of do be
Chapter
reading
so
about
what-
shit like that.
studies
though.
book.
So what
I got-
year?
it's not-
What year
uh,
you tighten that silver?
I'm
thing,
also outside
no, the
the
silver
social
thing on
studies
the other
book,
side.
I feel you.
Yeah. If you tighten that up, it'll stay.
Tighten up.
You can lift it up too if you want to.
Nah,
But
it's cool.
if so, where China became huge was their labor was cheap, and after slavery, that's when China started to get their money.
you know why their labor
because
is cheap?
because they are I don't know. Are they a dictatorship? I don't know.
No, let's this
Or
we
are
getting
they
we getting
communist?
too political. It's
But-
about sheer numbers. They have 1.4 billion people.
How much do they? The people that work in those factories? How much
More
money do
people
they
to work.
make?
Bro, there's 1,000 of them per 100 square feet.
How much money do they make?
What do you mean?
Facts.
I don't know.
So I don't gotta pay them that much.
You
Hey,
I don't
right.
gotta-
There's
I don't gotta pay
1,000
them
of
that
them
much.
there.
So
because
it wasn't that. It was they were. I wouldn't say they not smart because
we kind of saying the same thing. It's like we kinda
But at the
all
end of the day,
same shit.
as the producer, if you
Mhm.
cut off your supply to the consumer has to become a producer, which they are not natural in doing.
But
That
that's
is not a
that's
good
that's
situation,
bro. I can only say that if the consumer has never produced. You feel me?
Yeah.
If I'm buying you feel me? If I'm buying, bro, you own a car business.
I'm trying to relate.
You-
Go ahead.
You feel me? You own a car business. You feel me? You got cars, nigga. Look, if you hitting up one of your dealers like, man, yo, I'm trying to catch another couple car deals, mate. Nah, fuck that. You're not gonna fuck with you no more. You gonna okay? Find other means to do that because you can also get it yourself.
But
You feel me?
I'm a consumer though.
But you
The
you
car
consume
dealers
to
are the
produce stuff.
producers.
So you saying that America was never producers?
In the American Revolution. You know what I mean?
So,
That
but
was-
after
but
that,
that's
they
the
they didn't
revolution.
produce anything.
We
They didn't produce
slowly
any cotton. They didn't produce any sugar. They didn't produce anything.
He said the Industrial Revolution didn't exist.
They didn't produce nothing.
The Industrial Revolution originated in Europe, not America.
No,
Y'all so
no, no,
Amer-
no,
y'all
no,
too
no, no, no,
American
no,
biased,
no,
bro.
no, no,
Think
no,
about the
no,
world.
no.
We are only 200 years
No,
old,
but
bro.
I'm saying that China got up because their labor was cheaper and slavery had ended. That's why they got up, not because they just produced America. No, they got up because the labor was cheaper. So everybody was outsourcing all of the work there. So it wasn't that
It was cheaper than America.
yes, because we had at the time we had slavery. So that's why America was able to rise as fast as they were because they had slavery.
and
So
all
they
this
have
shit
free
for
labor.
free.
Right. They
You-
have free
you just
labor.
had to do it.
So now you got to actually pay people, whether it was 50 cents a day or whatever. Now you got to actually pay people. You losing money because you got an overhead now. So you like, pay them 50 cents a day or pay China 1 cent a day.
When do you
Let me see.
when do you
Facts,
when do you
facts.
think this stuff happened in
Facts.
history chronologically?
When does it happen? After slavery, in the early 1900s.
These are not long abiding.
That's
deals,
when it
bro.
started
What was
happening.
it,
This
18,
and they got
1870s
heavy deals.
that slavery was abolished, 1870.
Yeah, but it was still like people didn't even know. Like it was some people still in slavery all the way up through the 1900s. Especially when they because what they did was slavery was abolished, but they made all of these ridiculous laws talking about you can't if you're not registered to vote at 18 or not registered to vote, but they got all of these ridiculous laws like if you don't have a job, you going to jail.
So
force
what
you
your
back into
point is, you think
Right.
the U.S. could just overnight survive without China? Like China doesn't need the
In
US
today's
as
culture,
much as
no.
the US
Nah, I
needs
In
feel
it.
today's culture, that's not what I'm
Probably
saying.
be an economical
No.
halt.
No,
but
I don't think
at
so.
the same time, we be
I
good.
don't
bro,
know,
after
not
a while.
today. But
we
I'm
be
saying,
good after a while.
but I'm
bro.
saying, like how it progressed.
Y'all ready to do that? Y'all ready to become
longevity wise, like
factory
We
workers?
won't need to.
longevity.
need to.
Hey, facts.
And even look, because when they was factory workers, they made good money. When jobs was here, that's when you didn't have to go to college, because you made good money from working in the factory. It wasn't until the late 1900s, 1980s, 70s, 80s, 90s that the factories started leaving, and they like, we can outsource all of this work to China, or we could just pay people more money. Let's outsource it, because that means me as the actual producer,
So
I get more money.
It sounds like you believe that the U.S. is in some way benefiting China,
They are.
as in China like needs the not.
I didn't
needs,
say
but
China. No,
I can't even say that.
I didn't say China needs
don't
the
need
U.S.,
us at
but
all.
like,
The U.S. is it's such a baby.
no,
baby
what I'm
boy
saying
country.
is, I'm not saying that China needs the U.S. to thrive, but I'm saying that it would not be wise on their part to do anything to America because they lose a lot of money.
Because
Yeah, they can
China's-
they can
It's not
survive.
that they lose money. It's that they control, bro. They have control here. So if they're not gonna bomb themselves. They bomb Chicago. They're bombing Chinatown. China controls so much here that they can't. They are the U.S. It doesn't make sense for them. Like, bro,
I look at it strictly as a commodity that they had, that they have, bro. I feel like if I'm breaking it down, cool nigga standards, China's like
We owe them a lot of money.
China's like a consistent drug dealer, folks, and we just fuck with his weed. You feel me? Like, cause China's like shit. I can always hit China up and be like, shit. Let me
but
cop that.
They got every
And
type
they-
of weed. They got every
Facts.
strand.
They got everything I need.
And we
But
just
but if
potheads.
if I hit him one day, like, damn,
No, that's not true.
I hit him and he like, I'm dry, bro. I'm gonna be kind of assed out.
That's not true because
But
we
but I feel like
have our
we
own.
still gonna be good.
We have countries that are also indebted to us.
I mean,
So are we indebted to countries like China and stuff like? Yeah, we are. But we also have countries that are indebted to us. So it's not that China don't own us because we indebted to them. You don't own somebody because they indebted to you.
we could rabbit hole, bro.
What?
It's just way. Everybody's in debt to the U.S. The whole world is in debt to the U.S.
Yeah.
But we control the money supply. Like we control the whole money supply. Like China's in debt to us as we are in debt to China.
Mm-hmm.
It go both ways. That
Well,
show
you know why they're in debt
that
to us,
alone
right?
shows you why.
The World War, both of them. We were supplying everybody with
The whole
guns.
world.
Yeah,
The whole world.
because America wasn't in it yet. They wasn't in the.
How
I think
were
it was World War II. They wasn't in it yet.
How are they not in it if
They
they're
weren't-
supplying the world with money to buy it? They are.
No.
They are in it.
They weren't in it until Japan attacked Hawaii.
Stop, bro.
Pearl Harbor.
This is social studies. That's what I'm telling you.
But
if I'm the kingpin, if I'm the godfather,
so who
and
so
I'm
who really
providing
want to
money-
If that's the case, then who really want to run the world?
the U.S.
But you just said China. You've been saying this whole
From
time.
a money perspective, the money comes from the U.S.
You just said this whole time that.
China is still in control here, though.
But
bro.
you just said the whole time that China owns the U.S. But now you saying that America runs we in charge of the money flow. We in
Yes.
charge. We run the world.
We got the money. China got the supply, and this is go back to the beginning.
And
We're all one thing.
that's
stop,
why.
stop thinking the U.S. is separate, dude. The U.S. is China. The U.S. is Europe.
Facts.
The U.S.
So-
took
Fact.
Africa's people. The U.S. is Africa.
Which
We're
goes
not
back
separate,
to
bro.
the original point of the conversation where I said it would be very dumb for they wouldn't do it because it would be a dumb idea to bomb the United States or to attack the United States because we start
Because
talking about
they
this.
are the United States. That's what I'm. Because
ain't
they
gonna
built
lie.
so much here, they have so much land, they have so much real estate,
But they not-
businesses.
So
people.
a conspiracy question right now. I'm gonna ask y'all. Do y'all think like
oh
the
God.
shadow government is international or does it only reside in the U.S.?
Who?
Shadow government.
What's the shadow government?
You know,
Look,
I
I'm
don't know what
lost.
shadow government is. All right, let me
Which
get
hole
you
we
some,
going
uh,
down?
You talking about like
give you the spiel.
Okay.
The government,
the World
government.
Bank, the World Bank.
No,
Nah,
the,
you know,
I can't
nah.
even-
I'm
the
talking about
Rockefellers?
the top
the
12. You feel me?
Rockefellers?
Top 12, the people that really run the world. You feel me?
Y'all know about y'all.
Y'all think the shadow government resides in the United States or
I think it's all over the world.
is it international?
It's different.
It's definitely all over. They
It's
sit,
all
they
over.
all
It's
sit at
different.
a table together.
Yeah.
Facts.
But have y'all heard of the World Bank or the IMF?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah. They
Why?
And y'all know what the Federal Reserve is.
Why?
you said you said you
That's
said
all-
a river to an ocean, bro.
It's all the same. bro.
A river to an ocean, bro.
The Federal Bank is the World Bank, which is the IMF. I'll say that much. But
Well, I knew that.
they all, bro. It's all the money supply connected. It's all one big circle, bro. It's not like these countries are actually. We see the media and the war and all that shit. It's not like these countries are actually at a table together. The leaders of the country saying, "I don't like you." They're trying to figure out what they can do next together. Russia, China, the United States, probably some damn representatives in Africa, the Middle East.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
why people say it's
That's
black,
what-
white. The
Facts.
table is
That's why.
green,
That's
bro.
why I gotta say, bro. I can't say that the whole shadow government is all white people. That can't be true.
Hell no.
That
There's
can't be
African
true,
leaders
bro.
up there. That's
They
why we
gotta,
sold
it gotta
ourselves.
be
Yeah, I was about to
African,
say,
Arabian. It gotta be all the motherfuckers because to lead a whole group of motherfuckers, you kind of gotta be like them a little bit, or you kind of at least gotta resemble them.
So, and even when you talk about slavery in Africa, they went there and they were selling their own people into slavery.
Who you think initiated it?
Right. They was, but
Dark man,
not in
dark
their
man.
defense, but they thought this was only gonna be like a fad. Like they thought it was just like something quick. Like, oh, he just finna go do some work for them, then they gonna come back. Little did they
Nah.
know
He-
Nah, I
for
ain't
Never-
generations.
never see
seen
folks
them
again.
riches
Right,
coming in.
right.
I didn't
So,
never see my cousin again.
Like you said before we even came on air, like it's about power and greed. That's what all of this stuff boiled down to. Like even you look at now, I don't know all of the schematics of what Russia got going on with Ukraine, but you look at all of that stuff, like it's about power and greed. Like why you can't just do what you're doing in your country and just be cool with that?
But Russia also got Ukraine is livable land. There's no such thing as non-livable land, uninhabitable
Why they
land.
can't just go in Ukraine and be friends?
You sound silly. You said, I don't want to be friends. I want this apartment.
Overtake.
What you talking about?
What you
I
talking
want
about?
these cribs. I want this stuff right here.
Well, I mean, that's what's happening in
Like,
Israel.
be
That's what
real.
happened in Israel.
Be real, bro. Russia got a bunch of land that's damn near iced over. I can't use this.
Right. That's why don't nobody
So-
want Russia.
So
That's why don't nobody. That's why a
I
lot of
need
people don't
I
live there.
need shit that I can use, and this used to be mine. So I'ma go get that again.
Nah, it's
and-
always cold in Russia.
And facts. It's always cold
Always
in Russia,
snowing.
bro. Like that's if we looking at reasonable standpoints, like Jay Clark said, we gotta look past the knowledge books,
That's a good
the
point.
history books.
yeah.
And we gotta bring it to common
You
sense.
say
almost.
they want it because it look good over there.
Bro,
Yeah.
I want it because I live right next to this nigga. You feel me? He live in a mansion, and I live in a 2-bedroom apartment.
Yeah.
You feel me? I can see this shit. My crib's always cold. Folks got bitches in his house. Look, I want what he has, and I might live in this whole apartment complex by myself, but it's still shitty. You feel me? That mansion look a little rawer, bro.
I don't
Even
know. I
if
think
it's
Russia
small-
got the mansion though.
Even if it's not, I can't say that because, like I
No.
said, a lot of Russia is unlivable.
The way we present it, I mean, you seen the White House press release talk about the media, but they making it seem like Russia just on some straight bully ball. I just read the White House press release. They said,
bro, I just read. I was reading.
attacking, defenseless, uncalled for,
Fact.
all this
They
like.
still ain't finna do that.
Rummaging through shit. Like I just want this shit.
Big B,
It's mine.
Big B said the U.S. gonna be available promptly for whatever they need. So
He said
Big B, Joe Biden for 3.
they
Said
send
we
my
gonna be-
troops to the Ukraine,
Joe
bro. They had
Biden.
tweet.
He
Yeah,
already
too,
sent
bro.
more there. I don't know if y'all knew
Man, Joe, man, that's their cousin.
that.
Man.
He look, Sleepy Joe wildin', man.
If there was ever,
That
if
boy
there was
Sleepy
ever a
Joe.
robotic clone of a president, it'd be this guy, man.
We would have been. I think we would have been better off with
Trump?
Hillary.
Trump.
You
I
said
hope.
Trump? You said Trump?
Wait,
Anybody.
Kanye.
I ain't gonna count my boy.
Anybody.
Cory Booker would have been a little raw up there. I don't even know. Cory Booker is he tired governor? Hey, shout out Cory Booker, 2024, love.
You know.
Nah, I mean I don't know him personally, but I like his work. I like his work and I read. I like his work and I read his memoirs and
Okay.
shit. You feel me?
That's love.
He just
I like Joe
feel
Jorgensen.
me? my boy ready to go.
She ain't that.
Cory
aggressive,
Booker.
but-
All I say, man.
I was fucking with the New York governor as like a candidate. I can't even cap.
He was cool.
I ain't even cap. We
guy.
just had something about him, bro. You feel me? He seemed like he was a cool dude, and I feel like New York is like a pre-presidency. If you the mayor of New York, nigga, New York is damn near the whole U.S. balled up a little bit.
How much y'all think they gave Bernie Sanders?
To
Was
be
it
quiet, to
like
go away.
8 years ago? Yeah,
To go away.
yeah. Cause they paid him. Cause he was remember he was
Probably
beating
didn't pay
Hillary,
him.
And he's been
Probably
good.
didn't
and
pay
he
him, bro.
conceded.
Yeah,
They probably
Bernie's
didn't
been good
even
and
pay
happy
him.
ever
Yo,
since.
they paying him.
Bernie's been good and happy. He probably on the residual.
Yeah,
Man,
they
look.
paying him.
He
Look,
probably on the
They
monthly
said
roll.
No,
Bernie,
no, they couldn't do
sit
that.
down there.
You can't do that. You can't.
Look,
They
Bernie
did
got
that.
too big of a
Look,
following.
if they did
you
that,
can't
you
do that with
wouldn't-
Bernie. With a
Huh?
Bernie, you can't do that with a Bernie Sanders.
Somebody's cash rolling Bernie
No,
Sanders. Somebody was cash rolling his
You wouldn't have heard
presidential
about
election.
It it would have been a accident, car accident.
Oh yeah, but
Somebody's cash rolling was cash rolling his presidential election.
no, they.
He would have got the call. He would have got the call like, yeah, shut that shit down, Bernie. You done. He was okay for no money at all. All right,
Nah.
bring that.
He had too
Y'all-
much. He
y'all
had
think-
too much
y'all
pull.
think-
Because that invested like people's speculation because he like I said he was winning in the election between him and Hillary
Huh?
and he conceded like the last
That's what
or a
that's
couple
what they'll
days
do
before.
to that's what they'll do to a lower level.
Yeah,
Skrilla. You
but
feel me?
Bernie had he was too big, so for him to because they threatening him. First of all, he old, so he probably don't care.
And I'm about to say that is scary. Somebody who up and coming,
Yeah.
who's saying a little bit too much,
Yeah.
they might pull that on.
He
and they'll
don't.
be like,
Bernie
oh,
old.
it's
He didn't already lived his life, so he not finna hang up and not take no money at all.
He,
like,
man, fucked up.
man,
They say-
right?
they
You
say
know how
everybody-
this work, man.
everybody
Come
get
on.
that call from the powers that be. Once you
Once you reach
Yeah.
that,
going up in rank, you get
I
that
ain't
call.
cap. I better not ever get that call going up comedy ranks. I done there, tell it all.
You might get that
Look,
call.
look, I'm a yo. They trying to recruit me.
I don't
Tell
think
it all,
you think. I
bro.
don't think they be. I don't think those. I think the political people do. I think. Well,
I think
Nah,
I think
bro.
rappers,
Cause
depend on what level
the
of
world,
influence
the
you at.
world don't just rock
look.
politically.
What's the name?
they let
I
you know
feel
they
like
watching.
you, like you said, the way you influence, it's got to be powers within that. The way you influence, it's got to
Yeah.
be powers.
Yeah, because
within that.
I heard
Yeah,
TD
the way
Jakes.
you influence.
I heard TD Jakes he was on an interview I was watching. He was another pastor was interviewing him, and he said he made a comment. He said something about that'll give me another. Not he didn't say another. He said that'll give me an FBI investigation if I say that. And I'm
Who
like,
was their song?
I wonder how many times he's been investigated by the FBI because of his power and influence on people.
Facts.
So he's a.
He said that.
I wouldn't say a soft because I'm not saying TD Jakes is soft, but he's a softer version of current Martin Luther King. Like people gonna listen to him.
The alphabet boys don't really hide themselves when it comes
Yeah.
down to that.
Yeah.
Because what are you gonna do
Yeah.
at the end of the day? Like,
they,
what do you wanna do?
whoa,
Like-
national security.
And I'm finna watch
Look,
Snowfall.
look.
even if you hear about some,
As soon as you get to the crib,
well, somebody say
watch Snowfall.
I'm talking too much. The CIA hit me up.
Mhm.
Somebody either gonna A, believe it and not be surprised.
Mhm.
B, not believe it.
Mhm.
Like, oh, he just talking crap.
Mm-hmm.
Or C, like there
What
is
the
no
fuck-
C.
what
can Right.
you do?
There is no
Not
C.
care
What can
or
you
not
do?
care.
Not care,
Yeah.
like-
Bro, what can I do?
Nothing.
Bro, oh shit. The CIA just hit my line, bro. They just ran through my crib.
And they listen to your
I'm
call,
You
and your ass gonna be in Guantanamo Bay.
call the police.
Expeditiously. Stop
Look,
that.
look, call the police.
Expeditiously.
What can you do? It's not like you could call the enforcement. It's not like you could start a militia, combat. Nigga, you gonna be
what
asked
scares
out.
me, bro, from like really speaking. I be telling some people be listening to this and they hit me up like, I know you be holding back, and I respect that. But what scares me is like, it be okay. You hear about Martin Luther King, you hear about Shaka Khan,
Fred Hampton.
What
Yeah,
about
Fred
the
Hampton
people?
died?
But listen to me though.
What?
Listen to me though. Stop playing. Listen to me though. What about the people?
Nah, I thought you said Fred Hammond, boy.
There's
Oh.
people.
I thought you said. I was
Yeah.
like Fred Hammond. Oh shit.
These names is relevant, prevalent, cool, and all, but there's so many. There's millions and thousands of names you never heard. People who were saying a little bit too much. Got
X
that
his ass
snip.
up right up out of there.
Snip.
Got
Before
his
they
ass right up
before
out
they
of
could
there.
even get to the point of relevancy, like
You seen House of Cards?
nah.
It just opened.
That kind of make it dangerous to live in the United States.
Yeah. So that
United
show.
States shit.
Yes.
Try these other people.
That show opened my mind to a lot of things. Like, so this dude worked from. He wasn't the leader of the house. I forget what position. He was like HUD or something like that. And he was in his 40s or something like that. 40s or 50s, and he worked his way up to the presidency. But he did it like real shiesty, like he killed a few people. And like a little girl that like had some. It was a new.
You mean on the show?
Yeah, on the show.
You think that's
Yeah, yeah,
Don't say that.
absolutely, absolutely.
Could
But
be. Not my.
but
mine.
the girl,
They
it
be
was
putting
a
in our
young.
faces, especially House of Cards.
It was a young chick. It was a young chick. She had a article. She had just wrong place, wrong time. Well, not wrong place. She was trying to find information out about this dude. She had heard something. She started figuring stuff out.
Independent journal.
Well, she worked for a journal,
Oh yeah.
but
Snip,
she
snip.
was because you know these reporters and writers they gonna do what they can to get a story, and it's U.S. reporters in Ukraine right now to get a story.
They silly shit.
For real. They be in hurricanes. They be in somewhere just to get a story. I'm like, all right, y'all tripping. But, like, so this chick was getting a story on him, and she had found out a little bit too much. And
Clink clink.
not only that, it was a
That's
line
too-
of other people that she was tied
That's
to.
too loud, bro. You
It's-
too loud over there.
right.
Don't be that loud, bro.
You right.
Clink clink.
Well, one of the ways was they had, she was in, I think, D.C. They had pushed her on the tracks before the train came.
It was probably a man in a trench coat.
That's exactly what it was. He had a hat on.
Hey.
Yup. That's exactly what it was. Because the camera barely caught him, so they really couldn't tell who it was.
And he disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
Never seen again.
So he was literally he had a trench coat on.
With a hat.
Yes.
Boop.
And pushed it on
Just
the what's it called?
shoved her ass. It was dark.
I mean, it was underground. It was a subway. So she
And
waiting for the train.
I don't know who that is. I never heard of her.
She waiting for the train. Click, 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 click. Boom. Right. And then now the train coming. Now she dead.
Man, you know it's crazy. They said if you ever fall on train tracks, bro, just try to hit the side on them just as fast as you can.
What?
Like
Just
they,
try to hit the what?
They got
The
like
side of the traction, man.
yeah, they got like a little edge. They got like a little edge off on the track, bro. The edge off on the track that people jump over.
Oh, that's
you
how they
might-
be staying alive in
You
movies.
might have to.
You know when people get on the tracks, they get pushed on the tracks or something, and then it'd be like 5 months later, and then this person come out of nowhere and be like, "Oh, I never died. I rolled over," or something like that. Like when they get pushed on the track, or they tied up on the track.
And then like this type shit.
Right.
Ugh,
And
bro.
then the scene is like the train coming in, just black out
I
before
ain't
it.
gonna cap, bro. I ain't gonna cap. I always wanted to do that shit on some
You
raw
said
shit.
what?
I always wanted to do that shit on some raw shit, but
All right, you tripping now,
bro, stop. That shit be raw. Like when you seen that shit in movies, shit in movies, nigga running for shit, you hop on train.
Maybe on
that shit-
GTA.
I'm finna run up the train.
That
Maybe
shit-
on
Jump.
maybe
I'm
on
like,
GTA.
oh, shit.
Maybe on GTA. But I mean, I think that's it.
Yeah, we probably went, what, 40?
That might have been longer than 40, was it?
I don't even know.
35.
Well, that's been real nonsense. We didn't even do an opening, but It's cool.
It is
Come
what
on,
it is.
host.
You know why we're here.
That's my fault.
You know
yeah.
why we're here.
That's my
Yeah.
bad. Y'all bad. But hey, this is the end and the beginning. Look, a real nonsense. What your boy PG is.
JC.
Jay Clark, appreciate y'all.
All right, y'all.